Hello and welcome to day 23 of 30 Days of Photoshop. Today we're going to show you basic retouching to help your subjects look great. Hello and welcome back to 30 Days of Photoshop. My name is Redness and today we're going to show you how to do basic retouching. Things like removing spots on your subject, some redness, and correcting exposure, making their eyes pop. Overall, just making your subject look their best. So we're jumping right in for our sample image today. We've got a good looking dude here. If you want to download this sample image, you can. It's totally free. Just click on the link right down below. All right. So we're going here to our background layer. Let's just take a look at some of the things that I want to work on with our guy here. He's just got like a couple little spots and things like that. No big deal, happens to the best of us. He's got some redness in his skin. So we're going to show you an awesome way of targeting that. And just like the area around his eyes is just a little bit dark. So we want to go ahead and brighten those things up. Now, I recommend personally, if someone's got some spots on their skin, little blemishes and things like that, I recommend doing that first. That way, if you have any color adjustments or later, it's going to apply on top of those skin adjustments. So let's show you how to do that first. Easiest way to do this. So what we're gonna do, let's go ahead and create a new layer here. Make sure you're in your layers panel. We're gonna click on the new layer icon, and here on a brand new layer, we're gonna go to our remove tool. Let's go ahead and click here on our remove tool. We're gonna go boop, right to the remove tool right there. Now this tool was recently updated. It works really, really well. There's a setting I recommend you check up here at the top where it says mode, check on this. You wanna hit auto. This might use generative AI if it needs it for individual areas. You can choose to have it on or off, but I usually just leave this here on auto. Okay, now here in your settings, you can choose the color. Okay, your default color might be magenta. I'm gonna change it to chartreuse just so we can see what we're doing a little bit better. Okay, now from here, literally all you have to do is start painting over the areas you would like to remove. So this is gonna be any type of skin blemish. You know, if someone's got a pimple, whatever, someone, cut their chin and they got a little scar that day, whatever, you can go ahead and get rid of this, just like a, I don't know, little piece of lint on someone's face, whatever. Now, you might wanna check with your subject about what you are and aren't gonna remove. If someone's got like a mole, like this looks like that's been there their whole life, you probably don't wanna go ahead and remove stuff like that. But, if they got some spinach in their teeth, if they got, some like food in their beard, go ahead and remove that. And then anything that's just like a little bit distracting, even stuff like this, like looks like that hair is kind of coming out of this dude's ear. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. We could just paint over, like literally anything that kind of distracts you. It doesn't have to be, like a skin blemish, quote unquote. It could be anything that's like a little distracting, even like a little bright spot right there. I consider this light retouching, just kind of like taking care of all this. And it's super easy to do, honestly, with this brand new remove tool. I'm a huge, huge fan. It's just, it's just doing a great job. It's taking all the annoying stuff and doing it for us automatically. All right, cool. So once you've kind of painted over all the little areas, you can see, again, I've got them in the different colors. Again, I'm gonna say this one more time, but if your highlight color looks different from mine, just click on your settings there. I've changed it to chartreuse so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Okay, there we go. So once you're done with all that, literally because we're on a new layer, I'm gonna hit this checkbox up here on the top where you can hit enter, and then it's going to work like magic. This is, in this case, it is removing, may use generative AI. There we go. And boom, all that stuff removed. All right, let's go ahead and just turn this off and on. So this is on a new layer, which means if you don't like the results of it, it's not a big deal. You can just turn this off and on and you can see what it's done. But you can see even these little flyaway hairs in this dude's ear and stuff like that. Like there was like a dark spot, here on his neck. There's just a lot of little things that can be distracting in a photograph. And let's just get rid of them, boom. So here's our before and after with that. You can see it really didn't take too long. And I recommend doing that first, because then if we want to do any like color adjustments or light adjustments, it's going to go over top of that. So you won't have to redo it. Cool. So the next thing that I want to do is color, because this is kind of like a really cool one. And I have a fantastic technique for you. See this redness in this dude's skin? We're gonna be able to target that exact red and change the color of it so it's gonna look a lot more natural. So here's how we do it. We're gonna be using our hue saturation adjustment layer. So let's go to our adjustments panel right over here. If you don't see it, just simply go to window and then down to adjustments. Make sure you turn that on, okay? We're gonna go to where it says hue/saturation. Let's go ahead and pop that up. Now this tool got a recent update, so we're gonna be using that. Let's go ahead and start by clicking on our reds, okay? Because that's what we wanna adjust, so click on your reds there. And then you wanna make sure you go to your little eyedropper tool here, boop, click on that. And then make sure you click on the actual reds that you want to edit. So in this case, I'm gonna click on his nose, okay? So it's going to target exactly that red. Okay, now nothing has happened yet because all I've done is targeted that color. But what we can see is I have adjustments here for hue, saturation, and lightness. Now, the first thing I wanna do is I'm gonna bump the hue all the way up and the saturation all the way up so I can really get it targeted to just those reds. Because right now, if you see, for instance, if I just take the hue, it's kind of affecting his whole face, right? So we don't want his whole face affected. We want literally just the red part of his face. I want to be able to target this, okay? So we're gonna do this, but to start with, I need to see what I'm doing, because if I just go ahead and target, it's gonna be using this down here. If I start adjusting this advanced slider, you're still not gonna see anything, okay? So what we're gonna do, again, recap a little bit. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna crank the hue and saturation all the way up. That's just gonna make his whole face change color. But then we're gonna be using those sliders down on the bottom to really fine tune it and then apply our results. Okay, check it out. Okay, so let's grab our hue saturation. We're gonna crank both of those all the way up. Just like we said, it's gonna make his whole face look crazy, right? Now, we're gonna scroll down to where we see this before and after. Here we have a little slider. We're gonna grab this point right here in the middle and just move this over to the right-hand side, okay? And then over to the left-hand side, okay? So here on the left-hand side, look at that, okay? Remember, now what this is doing is it's taking our hue and saturation, we cranked all the way up so we can see what we're doing. But now, this is like a visual indicator of where is actually being affected on my subject's face. And as you can see, it's pretty much that redness that we talked about earlier, right? It's like, where was that the worst, right? Let's just turn this layer off. Okay, it was the worst on his nose, on his cheeks, and his forehead, and stuff like that. So when I turn this back on, look at that. It's literally targeting that exact red, and then we're gonna be able to edit this, okay? So let's just go ahead, double click right over here, or go to your properties window. So we used a combination of things. We started off by clicking on the red here. Then we went and used our eyedropper tool. Then we cranked up our hue and saturation all the way up. Then we go ahead and change this slider, and this allows us to really fine tune just where we're gonna affect. Okay, so now we got a crazy Hulk, weird, I drank too much gamma radiation looking dude, but we're gonna change that, okay? So let's go ahead and take our hue and saturation, we're gonna reset these values. So just double click right here on that hue, double click right here on saturation, or you just type in 0 right there. Fantastic. So we've targeted very specifically the colors that we want to adjust, right? The exact reds. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna take this where it says hue, we're gonna take this red and I'm gonna push this to the right-hand side, and look at this. I'm literally taking those reds and I'm just making them a little bit more orange. We're pushing the hue to the right. If I went to the left, you could see it would push it more to the magenta. So we're pushing a little bit more to the right-hand side, and it's removing that redness from my guy. Look at that. You could work on your saturation if you need to. Sometimes it's better to do that, okay? And then you can even work on your lightness if you need to, because sometimes those red areas can be a little bit dark as well, okay? So you can work on these 3 sliders until you get a nice natural effect. There we go, and something like that's looking really good. Let's click on our layer panel. I'm just gonna turn this off and on, and you can see that redness that we were able to remove. Isn't that awesome? Now, big thing here, let's go ahead and click on our layer mask for this. It's always gonna change a person's lips, right? So we gotta change those back to normal. They're gonna look really weird. So let's go ahead and click on our layer mask here. We're gonna hit B for the brush tool, okay? Let's go ahead and make sure our foreground color is black. So let's go ahead and paint that. Basically, I need to paint with my brush on my layer mask. I need to paint black over the lips, which is gonna hide this hue saturation adjustment layer wherever I paint black, okay? When you paint black on a layer mask, it makes that layer invisible, okay? So there we go. You can see I painted black just over this dude's lips. So the rest of his face is looking much better. It even targeted his ear and stuff like that. The rest of his face is looking much better, but his lips stay the same. So just these 2 adjustments, there's that before and after, pretty good, right? pretty good. I'm happy with that. Last thing I want to do, two more things. I want to just brighten up my subject's eyes just a little bit. Not only his pupils, but here around the area of his eyes as well. To do this, we're going to use a brightness / contrast adjustment layer. Super easy to do. So let's go ahead to our adjustments. Let's go to brightness and contrast. There we go. We're going to turn up our brightness a little bit. There we go. Maybe lower our contrast a tiny bit. Fantastic. Now, back here on our layer panel, we can see that affected my whole image. Okay, we don't really necessarily want that. So we're going to go to our layer mask here, and we're going to invert our layer mask. A couple ways to do that. You can literally hit Control or Command I to invert that. Okay. You can also make sure you go to Window and then turn on your contextual taskbar, which is going to give you options for your mask. And then here, if you go to ... you're going to see invert mask. Okay. A couple ways to do that. So here in our layer mask for the brightness contrast, you can see I made it all black, which means it's totally invisible right now. So we're going to hit B for our brush tool. Let's grab our brush tool here. Okay. We're going to make sure that our foreground color is set to white this time. Remember, last time for the lips, we had a white layer mask making our whole layer visible for this hue saturation. And then I painted black over the lips, making the lips part invisible. This time we're doing the opposite, okay? We basically have the whole layer mask black, and then I want to paint white to make it visible. So we got our brush tool now, okay? I'm going to hit D for my default colors, okay? D for your default colors, and it's always going to be white and black. So you can see white is now my foreground color. Fantastic. Now we're going to right click here. We're going to make sure that our hardness, I'm going to pop that all the way down to 0%. We don't want a hard edge brush here. We want this to be nice and soft brush. Okay, there we go. Let's hit enter. And then you can use your open and close brackets to make your brush larger and smaller. Then the last thing I recommend doing, because we're going to use a brush tool here, is go ahead up here where you see your flow. We're going to just change this way down. We're going to click on this little icon right there and drag this all the way down to like 10%. It's going to be cool. Okay, that's going to allow us to kind of just paint over this area. There we go. And when it's done, when it looks good, you just let go and move to the next area. There we go. So flow about 10%. That looks pretty good. Let's make our brush a little bit bigger and go ahead and just paint right there on our subject. Cool. That's looking pretty good. Now, if you did too much, you can a couple things. Like if it's too bright, okay, you can simply adjust your layer mask a little bit if you need to. I'm going to brighten up his forehead a little bit while we're at it. Why not? His mouth a little bit. Cool. If you did too much, okay, a couple things you could do. Remember, we have a layer mask here. So I just painted white on my layer mask. If I hit X, it's going to switch between my foreground and background colors. So remember earlier we hit D, that's going to bring up our default colors. If I hit X or click on this little switcheroo here, it's going to switch between them, okay? So you can paint black, like let's hit X and paint black, and I'm just like erasing it, okay? I'm going to hit undo because I like what I did. But painting white is going to make it visible. Painting black is going to make it invisible. So that's one thing you can do. You can also literally just double click on this little icon, which brings you into your properties panel, or you can literally just click on your properties panel. Okay. And then from here, you can adjust your brightness and contrast. So right here, I can say, if you did that by accident and you're like, no, I failed. Don't worry about that. Just grab I failed. Grab your little brightness slider here and just make it how you want to, and grab your contrast. You know, don't do that. Grab your little contrast slider and make it right about where you want to. And you can change these settings at any point in time. Okay, pretty cool stuff. So let's just turn that off and on. Looking pretty good. We're gonna do this one more time because I like to add a little bit of brightness in my subject's eye. I think it looks great for retouching. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go to adjustments one more time. Let's grab a brightness and contrast one more time. And we're gonna go to the properties panel and make it a bit brighter. Okay, now again, I'm gonna make this a black layer mask because I wanna paint it just visible on the eyes. So let's go here. I have my contextual taskbar right over here. Again, if you don't see your contextual taskbar, go to window and then down here to contextual taskbar. Yours might be on the bottom here. It might be in a different place. I like to move mine by clicking on this little icon right over here and move it around. And then I like to go here and pin the bar position here as well. Just keep it up here so it doesn't keep moving for me. Okay, again, we have this black and white, or the brightness and contrast adjustment layer. It's just making everything brighter right now, okay? So again, let's go to that layer mask. Let's go to ... invert layer mask, making the layer mask black. And then we're gonna zoom in here, and then just with our brush tool, you know, B for the brush tool, I'm gonna paint with white. Remember, our keyboard shortcut to swap out these colors, this little icon you can use to swap them, but our keyboard shortcut is X, okay? So we're gonna just go ahead here and paint this visible just right there. There we go, fantastic. A little bit here on the bottom, kind of like do an upside down C. Okay, there we go. I'll do a little upside down C. Or I guess that would be a U if you're know your letters. Okay, something like that, and just bring a little bit of brightness. You don't have to go crazy with this, okay? This is basically like the area you want to paint though. All right, something like this looks pretty good there. Fantastic, that's what we want. If you want to go ahead and see your layer mask, you can click right over here and you can go to, where is the little version? There we go. You can go ahead and click on your mask and see black and white. You can see that's what I painted right there. So if you're like, what did you actually paint on that layer mask? That's what it looks like. Go to this little icon here, and then we're gonna click on layer scan. So here we go. There's that before and after. Really nice, just like a little bit of shine on that dude's eyes. And then don't forget, you can always double click right here on this logo, which is just gonna bring you your property panel, or you can literally just click in your properties panel. And then from here, you can still adjust the brightness of like that area you painted, okay? So if you're like, I did too much and he looks like a crazy obsessed zombie from a weird 80s movie, you can lower it down and he's gonna look a lot more normal, and you can work on your contrast too, and you can get something that looks a little bit better. But I find just adding, even if it's a little bit of light in someone's eyes, to me, that's like some nice retouching. I think it looks good. So let's go ahead and group those all together. We're gonna shift click all of these layers, okay, and hit Control or Command G. All right, I'm gonna hit F for full screen and F once more, and let's go ahead and take a look at our before and after for this dude. So here's our, hey, stop bringing that up. I don't wanna see that, okay? Here is our before and our after for this guy. So some light retouching, just a couple things that we started out. So remember, my big tip here is if you're gonna do any blotches, removal, flyaway hairs, any type of object removal on your subject, do that first. Then work on the color, then work on the brightness, and your subjects are going to look great. And if you want to, you can download this PSD file totally for free. Just click on the link right down below. That way you can turn all this stuff off and on and see exactly how we've done this, and join us tomorrow where we're gonna show you some more advanced retouching in Photoshop. If you wanna get down to the pore level and really make sure, like each individual pore, make those things look good, join us tomorrow and we'll show you how to do it. Thank you so much, and I will see you later. Bye everyone.